The leaders of South Korea and the United States have reaffirmed their commitment to keep maximum pressure and sanctions on North Korea to bring the regime back to talks. That agreement came during an hour-long phone conversation between Presidents Moon Jae-in and Donald Trump, their second in 2 days since Pyongyang's missile launch in the early hours of Wednesday. Our chief Blue House correspondent, Moon Connyoung, reports.
2 phone calls in a row since North Korea's ICBM-level test in the early hours of Wednesday. South Korean President Moon Jae-in and U.S. President Donald Trump, that is. Their second late Thursday night Korea time lasted for a whole 60 minutes, during which the two discussed the next steps to respond to the latest provocation following an initial evaluation of the North missile technology. It included ways to bring maximum pressure to bear on the rogue state. South Korean President Moon told his U.S. counterpart that while Pyongyang's latest missile launch reflects its most advanced technology so far, it still lacks critical technology that would actually make its nuclear missile weapons development complete.
President Moon Jae-in told his U.S. counterpart that although it's clear that the new missile is North Korea's most advanced so far, it still has some technical issues to settle, such as re-entry, terminal stage guidance, and warhead activation.
That's basically a rejection of the reclusive state's claim the day before that they have finally completed building the, quote, state nuclear force. Therefore, Moon added, the allies are still tasked with preventing North Korea from making any further advancements in its reckless campaign for nuclear missile weapons and lead to dismantlement. To do so, the two leaders will continue to apply strong sanctions and pressure to bring the rogue regime to talks. The White House also made this point clear, saying the U.S. president is currently not focused on regime change in North Korea.
This administration is focused on one big thing when it comes to North Korea, and that's denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. That's our #1 priority. That's what we're focused on. Anything beyond that is not the priority at this point.
The Blue House said President Trump also reiterated his endorsement for South Korea's enhancement of deterrence and defense capabilities by acquiring cutting-edge military assets. Some expect Pyongyang to finally pause its provocative testing program since it has declared that it's finally achieved a historic cause of completing nuclear weapons, while others remain skeptical, with Mr. Trump not having ruled out the military option just yet. But what could be a positive sign is the U.S. president's commitment to send a high-level delegation to Pyeongchang, South Korea, for the 2018 Winter Olympics set to kick off in just 70 days. Moon Connyoung, Arirang News, The Blue House.